Hi, my name is Paula De Govia, and this is my husband, Rick De Govia.
Hello.
Today, we're going to talk to you about, I'm actually going to share my story and how we got involved with quantum touch and give you a little bit of insight as to how it transformed our lives. So, we were not always in the natural health and healing world. In fact, our lives were very different. We owned an international computer chip brokerage business. We were operating out of a 12,000 square foot facility with over 50 employees, and we lived a very stressful, fast paced, high stressed, filled with responsibility type of lifestyle. And our lives really changed when our son Lorenzo became critically ill at 13 months old after his first set of vaccinations. His body developed an autoimmune response to his own blood. And at that point, we were desperate for answers. We explored every option, both conventional and holistic, but nothing that we found was able to reverse the damage. And after a long and courageous battle, unfortunately, Lorenzo passed away when he was 6 years old. And in the aftermath of his passing, we were both pretty broken. We were lost, and more than anything, we wanted to connect with our son. And we had this deep desire that led us to the spiritual section of Barnes and Nobles, of all places. And we were searching for something because this was a long time ago. The internet really wasn't a big thing back then. So we went to the book section and we were looking specifically on spiritual books. And as we wanted to find out what happens when you die. Where do you go? Are we able to connect with his energy? And one of the books that caught our attention, it literally fell off the shelf into my hands, was Quantum Touch, The Power to Heal by Richard Gordon. And we both deeply resonated with this book. And we signed up after we read it. We signed up for the Quantum Touch Level 1 workshop, not knowing how much it was going to change our lives. And Quantum Touch, I would say, really saved our lives.
For sure.
It really did. It became the gateway to a new path, a spiritual and healing journey that allowed us to process our grief and find a renewed sense of purpose. As the former CEO of our company, my mind was always in overdrive, and meditation for me was almost impossible. But when I learned Quantum Touch, using the breathing and meditative techniques, it taught me how to quiet the mental noise in my mind. And for the first time, I was able to still the mind and deeply connect and have a sense of spiritual presence of my son. And that just transformed me because my heart chakra was closed for so many years after his death. And this opened my heart back up. I realized then that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and that energy never dies and that we are all energy. Rick and I became very passionate about Quantum Touch. We both became practitioners and instructors for Quantum Touch. My husband advanced to become a level 1 trainer and a level 4 instructor. And energy healing wasn't just a career change, it was a calling for us. Our entire practice is centered around the core belief that the body has the innate ability to heal itself when brought into energetic balance, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And Quantum Touch was our first modality, and it remains the foundation upon which we built our healing practice. It gave us direction, and it became the light that guided us out of a very dark place and toward a new sense of purpose after our great loss. And Lorenzo actually works with us now. And we chose to honor his legacy by dedicating our lives to healing and service to others. So Quantum Touch isn't just something we do, it's how we live our daily lives. Each day we tap into the quantum energy field so that we co-create our reality together. And we are aligning with divine guidance and the life our souls were meant to live. And this is what we teach. Quantum Touch.